Hello, you're welcome to the Fixers Show. Hello, you're welcome to the Fixers Show. Hello, Fixers fam. Happy New Year. Hi, welcome to the year 2023. I want to thank God for the opportunity just to be alive, for the opportunity He has given us to see a brand new year. So I just want to wish you a happy and prosperous new year. And I pray all your dreams and wishes come true. My name is Deborah Dodoche, aka The Fixer, and you're welcome to today's episode of The Fixers Show. I'm streaming live from the beautiful city of Accra, Ghana. Please let me know where you're watching me from. Type your location in the comment section. If you're going to be watching this as a live, tag #live. And if you're going to be watching this as a replay, tag #replay. The reason being that it helps the algorithm for people to see my video and be able to spread the message. Yes. Let me introduce myself. Like I said, I'm Deborah Dodoche. I am a mental health advocate and a psycho-educator on mental health issues and challenges. And you would ask, how did I get into this field? I have a testimony, I have a story. I am a bona fide survivor of postpartum depression and psychosis some 16 years ago. So I decided to use my story, my experience to help those who are in depressive situations. So that's the premise for the Fixer Show. Also to give people an opportunity, a platform to share their stories of how they overcame depression and any other health issues or mental health issues they had or have been dealing with. So that's the premise of the Fixer Show. I give your story a voice because I know that there are always people out there that are going through what you have gone through and they think that all is lost. But let me tell you, we as survivors, we are telling you that you can make it. You can come out of depression. You can come out of whatever situation that you find yourself in, and that is a promise. Before we continue, please tag a friend to tag a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend, to just share the link on all your social media platforms and share to your friends and family to join this episode of the Fixer Show. It's going to be a very interesting episode. Like I said, we are going to be talking about the case of Alex and Fanny. A Nollywood actor, his name is Alex Ekubo, and his supposed fiance or ex-fiance, Fancy. So basically, that's what we're going to be talking about. I want to share what the lessons I've learned in that saga that they have, and also you out there should be cautious of the things you do, the things you say, and how you carry yourself in the streets of social media. So I'm going to give a background story to that. I'm sure like 2 years ago, we had the hashtag Falex Forever, Alex Ekubo. I even saw their engagement video. The lady Fancy agreed to marry him. They have been friends, became lovers, and became affianced, and all the sweet stuff, the posting, the liking, the sharing, the taking pictures together, going together, and all the, all the hype on social media when two people are supposedly in love. And just like that, out of the blue, Fanny made a post and said that she's breaking off her engagement with Alex. And it came to everybody as a shock because they seem to love each other. They seem to be fine, to look beautiful. Everybody, God, when will it be my turn? Oh my God, they look so beautiful together. But we didn't know that there was something brewing in the under. And just like that, Fanny put up a Twitter post, Instagram post saying she's calling off the engagement. She's no longer going to be married to Alex. Patati, patata, yam done, yam no done, potato. And just like that, we, the internet in-laws, we buzzed, we spoke, we talked. We're like, what happened? Why would this beautiful couple just break up just like that? Because there's always been a rumor that Alex is gay. and he's just probably using Fancy or Fanny as a smoke screen to cover, to let people know that, oh, I'm not gay, you know, that kind of thing. And stuff, but people still had it in their mind. And after they broke up, we don't know the reason why they broke up, because nobody said anything. Alex didn't say anything. Fanny didn't say anything. But we just knew that there was a break off of the relationship, just like that. Alex never came out to say, oh, this is what happened. Fanny said, never came out to say this is what happened. That happened like probably like 2 years ago. Then all of a sudden, like last week, or even less, last week, or early this week. Yeah, that's last week. And Fanny now goes out to make a public apology, apologizing to Alex, that she was sorry for the way she ended the relationship, all the 9 yards, how she did, she that, and everything. So people are reading it, they say, some people, like, you have different schools of thought. People are like, oh, this one that she has publicly apologized and let Alex take her back. People are of the opinion that after what you did, they don't see any reason why Alex should take her back. You know, everybody on social media has his or her own opinion, of which they are entitled to their opinion. So everybody said what they had to say, but the crux of the matter is nobody still can decipher what actually was the problem that caused the breakup in the first place. And people had all these strange theories, and they cooked up, but still we do not know what happened. And now Fanny coming out to apologize publicly for what she did and asking Alex to take her back was something that people still could not understand. But there was one interesting post that I read about a man who says, the guy said, I'm sorry, I didn't pick the post. He said, that Fanny has gone out there and roamed around and found out that there's nobody like Alex, and now she has decided to come and make an apology and apologize to the man, and she's expecting the man to just take her back just like that. What does she mean? Does she know the kind of hurt that she cost Alex? Do you know what that breakup publicly cost Alex? And a whole lot of things, talking here, talking there, and different opinions of people that shared their views about it. I could not even react to what was happening. I didn't even know what to say. It was so distasteful in my mouth. The kind of things that people were saying, the kind of things that happened after she gave the apology. Because when she gave the apology, Alex didn't accept, he didn't refuse, he just said, God bless us all, and that was it. And the rumor had it that after she had finished doing the apology, Alex blocked her on all social media platforms and even unfollowed her. So everybody was confused, because there was even a time when she posted another video where she was with Alex and stuff. So I wrote under the post, I don't know which of the bloggers, I don't know if it's Linda Ikeji or Instablog, I don't know which of them. I said that, Auntie Fanny, now that this man has accepted to take you back, why are you bringing your matter in the streets of social media? Can't you just learn to keep your private life private? Must we know that, okay, yeah, if he has taken you back, must you do videos? Must you do all of that? Why can't we have already suffered the effect of bringing the social media into your business? So if you're going to make up with Alex, let's make up. We don't bring it on social media. That was my concern. That was my worry. I just made that statement. But after the whole saga and everything that happened, guess what? Now people were still on the tangent that they don't know what caused the breakup. Because if they know what caused the breakup, they can begin to piece information from different places to be sure that, or to say that this is what Alex did, or this is what Fanny did, and that is why they broke up. So still that aspect of why they broke up was still left in the air, and people were still insinuating why they broke up. So if you're just joining me, this is the Fixers Show. We're going to go for a short commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Yes, if you're just joining us, this is the Fixers Show. My name is Deborah the Dolce, and welcome to today's episode. Today's episode, we're discussing Fancy or Fanny and Alex Ekubo's saga. It has been trending for a while on social media, and I just said, let me share my 2 cents. Basically, I'll be talking about lessons I, as a person, has learned, and probably you too can also learn some lessons from what we are going to be discussing today. So if you have been following it, fine. If you have not been following it, I've been talking about how the whole saga started and how it is going. And I ended in the fact that nobody is able to say, because Fancy and Alex, nobody came out to say that this is the reason why their relationship broke or why they split. But now I'm going to read something very interesting. I don't know how many of you know Gist Lover, because they say in Nigeria, Gist Lover is a nameless and a faceless blog. If they come after you, means they have gist. And if they enter your matter, means say fire did there. Fire did the matter if Gist Lover enter. So if you are just joining us, please share the broadcast, tag a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend, and share it so that many people can join the broadcast. So I'm going to read what Gist Lover said. He says, hello, Tue. Some of the things is a preaching, so I may not be able to pronounce. They said, so I have been seeing tags about these two and the public apology that led to the New Year dragging. Here is what really happened between these two. So the person now is giving us an insight into what actually happened between Alex Ekubo and Fancy. It says, remember some time back, the internet went ago with the news of these two getting married. It was mixed feelings for the online in-laws. Some were happy, some were sad, because they know where Alex begins, and they said greens. So they see it as a means of saving his own face with the marriage, as he has come out several times to debunk being gay. Not long after we woke up on the morning and Viam, it was breakfast served on Mac Internet by Fancy, few months to their wedding. I digged into waiting cost breakfast few months to the wedding and found out that Fancy got to know that the man is about to spend the rest of her life with someone who is bisexual. The way they wrote it here, say Bola joined Puna. I don't know, but I'm sure it's bisexual. The man no straight. Like the man is not straight, he's gay or he's bisexual. But speaking, okay, so like they spoke, because she discovered that basically, so she decided to end the marriage. And it says, and a close family friend of the violence headquarters got to know that the matter was messy, and Alex threatened to sue and make a case out of it if Fancy comes out to tell what she saw, as Fancy no sharp. She no get receipt to back him up. So they allowed the matter die down, and internet in-law started dragging Alex, say, make he zuka, wanike, I don't know what that means. If he wants to be for women, let him be for women. And he can't be here and there, and you can't lure an innocent woman to enter a marriage and come and suffer. So they said the team paid Alex, say, well, people drag him. So he planned a revenge game. After the whole matter died down, Alex found a way to reach out to Fancy, started posting all his achievements online to pepper Fancy. He then came with a narrative of all things have passed away. He is straight now, being gay is in his past, and he regrets it so much. This was all he told Fancy. He even arranged some of his friends, make them help and beg. He even said he is not in a rush, that he can give Fancy time and they can be close friends. First, all these are part of the game plan. Before you know it, you know women and love matter now. Auntie Fancy started coming around as a friend. One thing led to another. He begged Fancy that they need to do a public damage control, as a whole wedding cancellation and the whole gay gist is still affecting him psychologically and career-wise too, that he needs to clear his name. Fancy agreed to help him carry out the mission. Alex Farabale drafted all the nonsense apology, then forwarded it to Fancy. When the babe saw the write-up, she talked, say, this write-up go set her up for drag. So drag means people will like come after her. Say, Alex say, him they her back. Say, once the girl post, himself go post. the girl for him own page and apologize openly too. Now, so until we know sharp, post the damage control 1 hour, Alex never comment 2 hours, 3 hours. So that's what they say happened before this thing. So practically they were saying that Alex had not forgiven Fancy for what happened, and he drafted up this whole apology thing to clear my name, blah blah blah, because he wanted a revenge and make and let Fancy feel the pain of what he felt 2 years ago when she publicly humiliated him and cancelled their supposed wedding and engagement just like that. And she didn't even cancel it privately. She did it on social media. Whatever the case may be, you know, after that, Fancy began to grab, they say a dying man will cling to a straw. She began to cling, try to look for, because now people started dragging her and the whole thing went out of hand. You know, she started coming out to start making saying things about why she and Alex broke up, that she was with Alex for 5 years and she and Alex were never intimate, this, that, yam done, yam no done. She started bringing all kinds of allegations, saying all kinds of things, and people were like, okay, if these are the things that actually happened, why didn't you say them in the first place too? Why are you coming to apologize if he's not a good person? Why don't you just move on with your life and forget about him? Oh, she said no, she didn't want to do the apology. It was Alex that forced her. Alex manipulated her into doing it, patati patata, you know, all those kind of things. And people are not buying it. You are like, you are a grown woman. How can a man manipulate you into saying that you should be sorry or you should make an apology publicly and all those kind of things? But I'm going to read something from the indefatigable Joy Isi Biwaji. She's the lady with the pen. I mean, her writing, you shall forget it. As for Joy there, I bow. So I'm going to read what Joyce wrote, her own assertion about the Alex Fancy Saga. And I'm also going to pick some points to note and say from my own perspective. These are my views. These are my analysis. It's not nobody's asking me to say anything. These are the things that I'm saying. And because I'm a mental health advocate and person, I'm always interested in the mental health aspect of every issue like this that has been brought to the public, how the person who brought the message and the person receiving message, how the mental state is being affected. Because there are people that have gone through these kind of things and they have committed suicide. You think it's a joke. They're dragging on social media because you read a comment, it's like you go and drink poison. You go and hang yourself because the streets of social media are not kind. They are mean and they don't give a damn what you feel. They don't care about you. The bloggers don't care about you. They are in to make their money. They need the views. They need the likes. They need the comments. They need the engagement. They will say anything, do anything just to get at you. They don't care. So far as people are reading, so far people are watching, they don't care about you. Your emotions don't count. Your emotions don't count. They don't send you. You understand? So before that, let me read what JIB wrote. She said, that Fancy's interview is the most ridiculous, most confusing, most desperate, most annoying thing I have ever read. You say he swings both ways, but you are not sure he is gay, but he's sleeping with curvy women, but he is not performing, but he is sharp cheating, but you are not sure it is with men. This is her analysis. Says, you say he wants you and your family to foot the wedding bills. You say he loves appearances and cares too much about social media. You say he has refused to touch you for 5 years. You say he doesn't pick your calls. You say he manipulates you and he's a narcissist. So why the F did you want to marry him? That's a concern. It's true if you are bringing these allegations about Alex. So the question is, why do you want to be with that kind of person? This is one of the most reasonable analysis, and that's why I'm reading it on the show. It says, you were flying the hashtag Falex Forever hashtag. You were flying there. Hashtag forever, Farless forever hashtag just 5 days ago. And today you are desperately giving a tell all to nosy Nigerians who feed on violence for a living. He said, you have made your life and the life of a man living his fake life in peace our business. Why? All of this madness for what? Because he served you breakfast. Take your L and move and move. He says, what did you think was going to happen when you had to come out openly to break up with him? This is the one that touched me. What were you thinking when you came out to break up openly with him? Cause and effect. Cause and effect, because this is one of the things I want to discuss today. Cause and effect. That's one of the lessons you have to be careful before you come out to make that kind of statement. Before you come out to say, I don't want. Be sure that you don't want. Be sure that you are ready for the consequences of your actions. That is what I want to say. This is one of the things I want to hammer today on this life. I'm telling you, don't be quick. I usually tell people, when you are angry, be careful that you don't make permanent decisions in temporary situations. Write that in the comment section. Make sure you don't make permanent decisions in a temporary situation, because your mood will pass. But what you have done sometimes cannot be undone. That decision you took in the heat of the moment, that decision that you didn't think through, that decision that you were rushing to take, you didn't know the repercussions. You didn't know the things that were going to come after that. You were not sure because you were angry, because you said, oh, you thought he was gay. You thought he was taking you for a ride. You thought this, you thought that, and you just went to social media. I'm not interested. I'm calling up the wedding. And here you are. He asked a question, and I'm also asking, what did you think was going to happen? That he would just ooze out of his life, and then all of a sudden, one apology on social media is going to make you wooze back in. Woman, it's nothing work like that, oh. This is matters of the heart. It doesn't work like that. He says, you were willing to live happily after ever with all his flaws a minute ago. But because breakfast came early, now he's back to being the villain. That's what she's asking. So because the thing did not go your way, the way you expected the apology to go, it didn't go that way. Now, at first he was your prince in a shining armor. Now he has become the villain. I love, as for Joy there, I love her choice of words. That's why I decided to do this live and read this particular analysis of this particular this saga between Fanny and Alex. So if you're just joining us, this is a Fixer show, and today's episode we are talking about the saga between Fanny and Alex. If you don't know about it, just follow the live and you get it. He says, clownery. Fancy has said so much about a man she claims to love so much and wanted to marry, yet he hasn't said a thing about her to us, but he is the problem. This is a very deep statement. The lady has dragged and said so many things. But Alex, even after the breakup, Alex never uttered a word. Now, Fanny came back and apologized. And still, the only thing Alex said was, may God help us, bless us all. Still, he didn't say anything. He didn't come out to wash her dirty linen in public, and she's out there washing all his dirty linen, all his private things, personal things. She's there throwing it out in the open. But Alex, he said, but he's the problem. He said, you would have lived with this man if he didn't decide to get back at you for the embarrassment of breaking up with him. So what makes you better than him? You are birds of the same feather. You started this publicly. You have continued this publicly. So keep going low. Fancy keeps going low. Imagine talking to gossip blogs about your life. He said, by Jove, how low can one go? How does a Disney princess become Maleficent with a snap of the finger? This one touched me. I don't know how many of you have watched Maleficent. I love the statement. He says, how does a Disney princess become Maleficent with a snap of a finger? She was just switched. When the guy served her breakfast, wutu, 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 boss bass. She turned from a Destiny princess to one Agboro like that. He said, how can you be a Destiny princess and in the swap of a finger you become Maleficent? I asked for Joy, dear Charlie, the way she did do the analysis, telling they sweet me, pa. Let me get it to my Ghanaian. Ghanaian Disney. He says, you have given all your power and common sense away. You have lost all restraint because you are still in love. And you would rather see him burn than leave him with a shred of dignity. Can you imagine? You would rather see him burn. You would rather flush his reputation. You would rather drag him in the mud than to, you rather see him burn than, he said, this is a no for me. Move the entire F on. In short, Joy, take 5. Now, woman you be, now writer you be. This is what we are talking about. And some of the things that Joy said, she kind of outlined my thoughts. The things I would have wanted to write, I may not have written it as well as the way Joy wrote it. But now, this is the situation at hand. Kasaladon boss, like Nigerians would say Kasaladon boss. But one of the things as a person, I always say this, and I'm sure my co-fixer Rose, we have talked about it when we talked about cyberbullying. If you could go back to my page, you'll see the live I talked about cyberbullying. And I'm going to say this about myself as a person and in my dealings with in the streets of social media. One thing you will never see me is insulting people on social media. I'm a Christian and I am a woman of God. And I am in sync with the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is like the umpire of my soul. It means I cannot post just anything. I cannot say just anything on social media. That's way out of it. You can't get it. You won't see it. You won't see me do that because I have subjected that part of my life under the supervision of the Holy Spirit. I'm careful about the things I say. I'm careful about the things I write because I understand repercussions. I understand consequences. I understand things might go wrong. I understand a lot of things in that domain. So I'm very careful and I'm very cautious about the things I write and the things I say. And I want to say this to tie it to Ronaldo. I remember I saw a video. I don't know why I didn't pick up that video to show it. It says there was a time they were asking Ronaldo about his career prospects if he leaves the club he was in. I don't know, is it Manchester United or something? And that was he thinking of going to play with Saudi Arabia or one of those Arab nations? He said, no way. That cannot happen. He can't do it. But this is him. Sign on to Al Nassr FC, or how does it call the name? Al Nassr FC or something. But at the time that he said it, now people have brought up that particular video. Like I said, the internet never forgets. So before you click that like button, before you click that post, before you click that share button, my brother, my sister, check that thing that you want to post very well. That's the first thing I want to say in this life. And I beg you, listen. Fancy, I don't know what she was thinking before she came out to come and say that she was not going to marry Alex again. Then turns around and comes back and says she wants to marry. Joy said, what were you thinking was going to happen? What were you thinking? The first thing I want to say, be careful what you post. It's got cause and effect. There's repercussions. Those things have repercussions. It's not a walk in the park. You just write it and you think, oh, because you have apologized, the person should just take you with open house. Sweetie, it doesn't work like that. That's the first thing. The second thing is, don't bring your matter on social media. Once you bring your matter to social media, it has become our business. It has become a public affair. You have opened yourself for dragging. I don't know what Nigerians call it. They say dragging. They will drag you. I'm telling you, they will drag you. Fanny, the first mistake she made was to break up with Alex on social media. Bringing their problem to social media. That was the first problem that Fanny made. If she had just said, okay, I don't want to marry Alex, go to a few friends and family and say that, oh, this marriage, the way I see it, it's not going to work. Please, Alex, go your way. Make we broke this thing small for back. Make nobody know yeram. But you carry yourself gently. Go bring for social media. Come bring for public domain. You open it to your social media in-laws to castigate, to say, oh, because what I tell people is that what you put out in the open, you have no control of what people decide to say or post about that thing. You don't have control. You can't decide the narrative after that. That's the thing. You can't decide it. If I want an issue to be made public. I know what to be made public. I know what I can allow to be made public. I know that if it goes public, I can deal with whatever comes after that. So the moment Fanny brought this situation to the public domain, she had opened up herself for scrutiny. People start asking questions. Oh, what happened? Why did the relationship end? All the insinuations, all the theories, everything had to come out. And finally, see what it led us to. So you out there listening, me out there even sitting here, it has taught me so much. When I sit and reflect about what happened, the scenarios and all the things that happened, I tell myself, one of the things you have to learn is that if you want your problem to be on social media, they will help you. But you don't need to bring your life on social media. It's not everything you post on social media. Brothers and sisters, I'm begging you, it's not everything. There are things you can share. There are things you cannot share. Like breaking up an engagement, it's not something for social media. Fanny made a mistake from the initial stages. That was where the problem was. That was why when she decided to come back, the guy said, you can't come to me and reconcile in secret. I won't allow it. I won't just take you. I won't just be working with you. I won't just assume that everything is okay. Because your attitude was, I've lost probably some endorsements. I've lost psychologically, career-wise. I'm a celebrity. I'm probably now dealing with issues. So if you want for us to be together, now do a public apology. And Fanny agreed and did the apology. And look at what happened. Now everything has gone haywire. Now she's grabbing at a straw. Now she's making interviews in bloggers. Now she's saying all kinds of things about Alex. And even with that, Alex is still not responding to all the things she's talking about. He has not come out to say anything. He has not come out to debunk. He has not come out to say, oh, it's true. Oh, it's a lie. So it's like Fanny is talking to herself. She's talking to alone. That's the problem. What you have to be careful. The social media of those days, or the way our lives used to be those days, it's not how it is now. Now it's a completely different ballgame. The streets of social media are not friendly at all. They will feast on you in a minute. I mean, they'll feast on you. Feast. Bring it out there. I mean, they'll feast. And that's what they are giving to her. They are feasting. Because why? She gave them the opportunity. She brought it out to the public domain. She made tongues to whack. She made people that cannot are not even supposed to talk to her, to be talking to her, to be insulting her, to be dragging her, all because she decided to bring out her dirty linen in public. So if you're just joining us, this is the Fixer Show, and today we are talking the lessons or the analysis from the Alex and Fancy saga that is going on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. So that's what we are discussing today. And I'm talking about some issues that we as individuals, we have to look at it. We have to analyze it and tell yourself the truth. I tell myself the truth every day. I tell myself there are certain things I don't comment on. There are certain things I will see on social media. I say jump and pass. There are certain people that if you are going to go on their page and be talking to them and drag them, it's a waste of dragging. There are people like Blessing CEO. You can't go. Blessing CEO has like my people say in Cameroon, she don't say shame by disgrace. Somebody said, oh, Blessing CEO, you are very shameless. She said, now today you know say they shameless. Oh, Blessing CEO, you are a disgrace. I'm graduated from shame to disgrace. You know, when you're talking to somebody who has decided or who has accepted her fate on social media, she's enjoying the buzz. She said, you cannot follow that person to go and drag. If you follow her, you are wasting your time. I saw a post, somebody wrote, I was talking about Blessing CEO. I said, why are you wasting your dragging? Blessing doesn't care. Why would I go and be typing something? I would not waste my time. I have the things I comment on. If it's something that has to educate people, I will comment. Even on my page, you can't go on my page and see just anything. I put things that will help people. I post things that would educate. I post things that would encourage. I post things that would inspire people to be better, to do better, to go ahead, to focus, to be tenacious, to be consistent. Those are the things I build. Things that build people up in every facet of their lives. So when you come to the Fixer Show, that is what you're going to get. So I'm not that person, or that I won't say I'm a blogger, I'm a talk show host. I won't say I cannot come out there. This is my opinion about it. And I know that whatever it is I'm sharing, it's going to help somebody out there, because it's actually helping me. I'm beginning to look between the lines. I'm beginning to understand that I have to be more cautious with my words. I have to be more cautious of the things I put out in the public domain. I have to be more cautious of my interactions. There are even some people, I can post something or I can say something, they come and respond, and the response is not palatable. I don't engage them. I have the power to engage them, but I don't engage them because sometimes I don't want it to prolong. I don't want it to drag on. I just keep mute. It's not that what the person said, I agree or I refuse, or I don't know how to talk, or I don't know how to speak English, or I don't know how to speak grammar. I don't know how to follow the person. No, sometimes it's just to let sleeping dogs lie. That's how it works on the street of social media. You have to choose where you belong. You have to choose the portion where you want to be. If you want to be on the side of bloggers, content creators, you want to be skit makers, you want to be what? You want to make people laugh, you want to put people entertained, you want to inspire people, you want to encourage people. It is left for you to choose your niche. If you want to belong to the violence committee or violence headquarters, it's left for you. Everybody has the right to choose the path he or she wants to take on social media. And one of the things I also would like to say is that, and I'll keep stressing it, before you post, read, and read again. Before I post, I read, and I read again. My spirit accepts it. That, okay, post. They'll say, oh, sometimes people are too spiritual. Yes, I'm spiritual. They say, oh, you have to be controversial. If you're not controversial, you will not make it on social media. Oh, you can't be monetized. You can't get people to come to your visit. I am not fighting for anybody to come. Those who want to come and watch, those who want to come and listen, they will come and listen. I don't need to be controversial. I don't need to step on other people. I don't need to twist people's stories because I want to get engagement. I want to get people to come to my page. No, I, as a person, I am concerned about people's mental health. I am concerned about the things I write. I am concerned about the comments I make, because once a word is released, it does not return void. It accomplishes purpose. And the Bible says words are spirit. Jesus said the words that I speak to you, they are spirit and they are life. So that word, that innocent word that you think is just an innocent word, it can go out there and cause a lot of havoc in the life of somebody. So as a mental health advocate, I am admonishing us today. Please, from now henceforth, before you post anything, before you say anything, before you comment, ask it. If I was the one that this thing was being directed to, how would I feel? Ask yourself that question. That's what I always ask myself. Oh, this thing I'm writing to this person, if it was written to me, what would I do? How would I feel? We have a golden rule. Do unto others what you want others to do unto you. That's a golden rule. If you want to be treated kindly, treat people kindly. If you want to be respected, treat people with respect. It is reciprocal. I respect people's pages. I respect the pages people have built. I cannot just go to somebody's page on social media and just start ranting and saying all kinds of nonsense. I don't do that. If there are people that even before I engage, I go to their profile. I go and check their line of thought, who they are, the kind of things that their ideologies, what do they believe in, and all those things before I go to a post and even try to engage in the person's post. I do all of those things because people are temperamental, people are different, and people understand things differently. There's something that you may not mean it like that, but somebody can just take it and run with it and is angry, and the whole thing becomes very, very chaotic when it was probably something that you didn't really mean it like. I'm going to give an example before I close. I remember there was this, I follow Big Godwin Mate on social media. I love it. A lot of people know Big Godwin. And somebody did a poster with 3 of his best friends. Him, I don't know if it's Nathaniel, they call, and Selom. He put a topic there about something they are going to say about women and all of those things, a flyer, and the person posted it. A lot of people saw that particular flyer, about the program, and people like started making buzz because they know the reputation that Big Godwin has. Big Godwin has a very, very sound reputation on social media. He's a man of integrity. So when people saw that particular flyer, that wasn't even a program that was going to come on, something that he did not even design, something that he didn't veto, and the person posted it. And some people were very, very angry. Some people were like, oh no, we don't expect Big Godwin, a person of his standard and caliber, to do this kind of thing. That is the highest level, was a gross level of misrepresentation of who Big Godwin was. But when people talked about it, I was like, some people like, oh, I want to attend the program because Big Godwin is big on the fact that before you marry, become financially stable, because marriage has responsibilities. That's part of the message that he always tell young people that want to go into marriage. So when that particular flyer was making the rounds and everything, Big Godwin came out to make a statement that I didn't write this. My friends and I, nobody wrote this. We didn't okay that and all that. Then later on, the person came to apologize that he's very sorry for doing that, for putting out that flyer and all that and all that. But do you already know the damage that you have made? You don't joke. There are certain things you don't joke with. I wish I had pulled that up so that I could read it to you. If I had gotten wind of the fact that I'm going to talk about that, I would have let you see what was said, what the guy wrote, and what Big Godwin said about the whole thing, and the apology the guy made and said he was sorry. You don't clown in the streets of social media. It's not something that you just say, oh, it doesn't matter, I was just joking. It's not everybody that will take that thing that you did as a joke. It's not everybody. Some people may say, oh, it's just one of those things. But some other people that hold you in high esteem, they are really not happy. You understand? So if if I'm able to see that particular post, I would have read it for you to see what Big Godwin said. Okay, that his friend is. Okay, let me see if I could see it so that I could read it for you, what the guy said and what became the buzz on social media. I wish I could see that. Because it was something that if you don't understand it, you just say, oh, is it not just a post? Why is he even taking it seriously? He's not even supposed to take it that serious. We're just joking. It's not we are just joking matter. Social media, there's nothing like we are just joking. This is not destiny, this thing. It's not child's play. Social media is not child's play. So when you are writing anything, like I said, you have to be careful, especially if you're even going to make this kind of thing on behalf of somebody who did not even veto what was being said about him. So I'm trying to see if I can get what the apology the guy made, and if I could read it back to you, what he said and what Big Godwin said about what he wrote about him, and he shouldn't. Let me see. Then he said something. He said that flyer. You see, I mentioned the flyer. He said that flyer has been sent to me by top executives who thought the program was real, because they are not on Facebook and didn't understand humor context of it. Are you hearing? That's it. Somebody wrote. He said, and they were disappointed, which is why they reached out to me for an explanation. So it's not something that you just say, I sat in my house and did the flyer, I just wanted to joke. It's not a joke. People have read things like this and killed themselves. It's not a joke. I'm coming from a mental health aspect. It's not a joke. He said, and I sent some of the screenshots of those engagement and feedbacks with Frank to see. So he knows it's serious. And we weren't making it up that it's affecting our reputation. He said, yesterday, someone sent it to Selam's wife again. He said, never take someone's name, image, picture, business, or reputation for a joke in a misrepresentation of facts. Are you hearing? In a misrepresentation of facts, without their express consent. Frank made it. He thought he was a joke. People would laugh over it. This is a man who does business with big people. They are not on social media, but they saw the flyer and they want an explanation. They were disappointed. How can you, Big Godwin, want to do this kind of program? How come? Then this is what the Frank now wrote. He says, apology. I owe an apology to Selom Pope, Barnabas Nilai, okay, Barnabas, not Nathaniel, and Big Godwin Mate. He says, on the 24th of December 2022, I posted a flyer with the inscription, Fear Women Convention. It was meant to be a joke and create humor. However, the flyer has gone viral, and people who do not understand the context of its origin are taking it as a believable real event. I would love to use the same medium to clarify my intentions. Please, if you still have the flyer in your possession, kindly delete same accordingly, and let's treat this event like it never happened. Thank you. It's not like that. That's what people think. That, oh, you would just say something like that and all of that. People will just breeze it over. Oh, we are supposed to expect that you are joking. Oh, Frank, we should take it that the Fear Women Convention. Oh, you were just joking. It's affecting somebody's reputation. It can even make the person to lose businesses. There are executives and there are people, organizations that are working with him and that have seen that and they say, how can this man that we are working with go and be having something like Fear Women Convention? What is that? We are disappointed. We are taking our business from him. You don't see all those repercussions. You are only seeing that you want to do something on social media to shine or whatever it is your plan. My brothers, my sisters, social media is not what it used to be. Things have changed. Things have advanced. You have to be careful. That's my message. You have to be careful. What you say, you have to be careful. What you write, you have to be careful. And also what you read, you have to be careful. What you see, you have to be careful. Take it with a pinch of salt. Don't carry it hook, line, and sinker, because some of those things can be made up. Some of those things can be lies. Don't go and set your life on a pedestal because of something you saw on social media. I tell people that it's not Facebook, it's a fake book, because half of the things we see on social media are fake. Quote me anywhere. I've said it. It's a fake book. It's not a fake sugar bread. It's a fake book. So if you want to use your life and tailor it to Facebook and say this is the standard, boy, you're making a big mistake. So that said, if you have not learned anything, the only message is be careful what you post. Be careful what you say. And most importantly, before you say it, before you post it, think of the repercussions of what you are posting or what you are saying. If you bring it out in the public domain, it becomes a public problem. So don't go behind and say, oh, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, I didn't think that people. You don't have control of how people think or react to what you write or say. You don't have control over that anymore. So rest assured that everybody can have his or her own interpretation. Like they always say, if you can't stand the heat, get the hell out of the kitchen. That's it. Thank you for watching. I'm grateful for all your likes, for all your comments, for all your shares, and for all your feedback that I've been having through social media. I've been having therapy sessions with people that saw me on social media, that saw my lives, and that they reached out to me, that needed help, that needed support for one thing or the other. Thanks to all my Facebook followers, friends, and families. I thank you so much for sharing that video, for telling somebody about the Fixers Show. And why are you not following us? Follow us on the Fixers Show and also on YouTube. This year, I'll be doing back-to-back lives. I have so many stories that I'll be coming out to give my opinion, to give my analysis. Sometimes I'll bring in other people to discuss about it. I don't know, but very soon we're also going to have our first movie night. Yay! Movie night. So if you have a good movie, a nice movie that talks about mental health in any form, domestic abuse, drug abuse, feel free to inbox me the name or the title of the movie. Or I am all for learning. I'm all for empowering. I'm all for impacting. And that's me. That's just all I'm doing on the show. I'm not out to drag anybody, to put anybody down. I'm here to uplift and to build and to inspire and to encourage. That said, until I come your way next time, it is bye-bye from me. Bye-bye. It's like, you know, I'm a dancing type, and all this I've not been dancing. Papa God, have mercy. It's like this particular year, we are going to have a lot of dancing. So thank you so much for joining me. It is bye-bye from the Fixers Show. Bye.